What's up, everybody? G here, VP of Content, fitnessinformant.com, here today for another supplement review. This is from a fairly newer brand. They're called Juice Labz. We don't know if you've heard of them, but we certainly have. They've actually been taking our interest because they do have some pretty cool formulas, some cool looking bottles. So let's not waste your time. Let's look at their Juice Labz Juice Pumpz product. This is a pump product from Juice Labz, and it has a solid profile, and we'll get down to it. Let's not waste your time. Let's go. All right, guys, since I don't have a tab on me, I'm gonna have to read off my tablet. So let's get into the ingredient profile. This starts us off with 4 grams of L-citrulline. Citrulline is probably the most common, most popular pump ingredient on the market for good reason. This converts to arginine, which is a precursor to nitric oxide. 4 grams is the dose. That's solid. No complaints there. That's actually pretty standard these days. So next ingredient, we have 2 grams of Glycer Pump. Now, Glycer Pump is glycerol monostearate at, I believe, a 65% yield of actual glycerol in there. This is an ingredient that's used to aid in cellular hydration, aids with muscle contractions. It's a very solid ingredient. We love seeing it in here. 2 grams. We've been seeing this at doses of 5 grams, 4 grams lately. 2 grams is still gonna be more than enough for many people. Solid ingredient, great for pumps. Let's move on. No complaints there. Next ingredient we have here is betaine anhydrous at 1.5 grams. Betaine is an ingredient that aids in power output. You see it in a lot of pre-workouts these days. This actually technically makes us more than just a pump product. It's actually a stim-free pre-workout in our eyes with that ingredient. At 1.5 grams, it is at a pretty decent dose. We like to see this at 2.5 grams, but nothing really to complain about there. Let's move on. The next one we have is 1 gram of agmatine sulfate. Agmatine is a metabolite of arginine, and it's a very popular pump ingredient as well. 1 gram is a solid dose. We don't see this as much as we used to. However, it's still fairly popular. I don't know what happened to it. It's still, in our eyes, it works pretty well. 1 gram, solid dose. Not much to complain about there. Let's move on. Next, we have 1 gram of taurine. Taurine aids in hydration, prevents cramping, helps with blood flow. This is a solid ingredient in any product, any pre-workout and or pump product, stim-free pre-workout. We like seeing it in there. 1 gram is solid. 1 to 2 grams is usually what we recommend anyway. So moving on, next we get to beetroot juice powder, 500 milligrams. Beetroot is a source of nitrates. Nitrates are great for vasodilation. They're actually, in our opinion, the best. We don't know how many nitrates we're actually getting out of this, how well it's actually working. So still, not much to complain about there. We like the addition of beetroot as it is. So moving on, next we come to 500 milligrams of pink Himalayan salt. Salts, you've been seeing us, at least in our IG stories, adding a bunch of salt to our pre-workouts. This helps with hydration, helps with pumps, helps with cramping. It's could be utilized a lot more in a lot of pre-workouts. However, of course, too much salt can make it taste bad, so you can always add your own. Either way, 500 milligrams in here is a decent amount, and we like seeing it. Pink Himalayan sea salt, we recommend you add it to your pre-workouts regardless. Finally, we come to 50 milligrams of estrogen. Estrogen is an ingredient that is used to increase the bioavailability of other ingredients. Basically, it helps you absorb more ingredients or other ingredients better. At 50 milligrams in here, it is dosed correctly, dosed well. And yeah, overall, we do like the profile. A lot of solid ingredients at solid doses. The beetroot extract, I'm still not certain on. However, either way, with everything else in there, the 4 grams of citrulline, the 1 gram of agmatine, as well as the Glycer Pump, this is gonna be this looks on paper to be very solid. Anyways, that's on paper. Let's get on to the effectiveness. Let's see how that did with our user. All right, so onto the effectiveness. Our user used 2 scoops pre-workout, sometimes 1, and he said it was a very enjoyable experience. The combination of citrulline, glycerol monostearate, maybe even the nitrates and agmatine make for great workouts, great pumps, not much to complain about here. One thing he did notice is that the pump actually lasted longer than a lot of other ones. I've used pre-workouts and pump products where the pump hits you hard at first and then seems to wither away. Our user experience actually pumps outside of the gym, and it seemed to stick with him longer as well. We don't know which ingredient is doing this. Could be the glycerol, could be the nitrates. Either way, it was an enjoyable experience. Overall, pretty good. If you want a little bit more detail on it, be sure to check out the written review. Let's move on to taste. We had the watermelon flavor, and overall it was good, like all right. We're not the biggest fans of watermelon here because it's been done to death. And a lot of them seem to taste the same, that Jolly Rancher knockoff or something similar. Either way, it was still enjoyable for a watermelon. good job there. If you can do the basics right, that usually means that you could do some of the other more exotic flavors right in the future. So if they come out with a new flavor, you might be able to try that if you don't want watermelon. Let's move on. Let's get into the mixability. So overall, the mixability was pretty good when you mix it with 8 to 10 ounces of water. There were some loose particles present at the bottom of the shaker, is what our user experienced, as you're seeing him mixing it up right now. There was some slight residue on the side of the shaker cup, but nothing too bad. Glycerol is not really known for mixing up well. Could give your pre-workout or your drink a chalky texture as it is. However, he didn't report it here, something I thought I'd mention. It's very easy to drink, not much to complain about. However, we just had to knock it for those two small issues. So you can see it mixed pretty well. So you can get a 20 serving container for $37 directly from their website. This is a pretty good deal. It's under $2 per serving. We've recommended pre-workouts or pump products even with no caffeine in them, no nootropic ingredients that are above $2, just because the experience was good. The experience in this is good, so we can recommend this too. It's under $2 per serving, which is a solid deal by today's standards, because any company can make a good product, just like Juice Labz, and they're offering it for a little bit cheaper than some of the other competitors. And it's still a solid, well-dosed profile all around. Either way, it's not a bad value by any means. If you want to support a smaller business and not spend over $2 per serving for a pump product, this is a good one to go with. If you want to try something new from a brand that might be smaller than you're used to, this is a good brand to go with, and I highly recommend trying it out. So overall, this did very well for us. It's not the best pump product on the market. However, it's definitely not the worst. It's definitely a solid product overall. Profile's good, well dosed on every ingredient. The taste is good for the watermelon. The mixability is fine. The value is good. It's not the cheapest on the market. It's also not the most loaded profile on the market. However, it is overall a good product, and we recommend trying it out if you want something that's under $2, want to support small businesses, and yeah, if you want good pumps. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel, check out the link